Are you okay? Honestly, today is Are You Okay Day in Australia. And this day has been dedicated to raising awareness for suicide. In 2022, it still breaks my heart that we have to face this with the statistics of where it's sitting. At 19, I attempted suicide because I didn't feel like life was worth living. I didn't feel like I was good enough to fit into society. I didn't feel like I was smart enough to go to university. I didn't feel like I could cope and talk about the things that were running through my mind, and I tried to numb all of that in many, many ways. But lucky for me, a friend of mine saved my life because she showed up and she cared and she reached out and I got the help that I needed. But here's the thing, I'm going to share this openly. On that journey, there was a professional assigned to help me, and instead of listening without judgment, allowing me to fully express what was going on, none of that happened. What I got was more scolding, like little kids get when they're naughty. And lucky for me, by then I had made an internal decision within my own mind to not give up and, to start doing things that I valued and to start living a life that I loved. And I'm so very grateful that I was strong enough to make that decision, because there are many, many people out there who aren't strong enough to make that decision. So what happens when they get failed by a system that's supposed to be there to support them? What happens is that they end up one of the statistics that is way too high right now on days like this, on Are You Okay Day, where people talk about openly the issues around mental health and how that affects every single human being on the planet. My mission to have open discussions about how generational trauma affects every single one of us is something that I'll be speaking about for the rest of my life. Nobody on this planet should have to feel like the miracle of life is unworthy of living. This human experience ought to be easy for people, but the thing is, sometimes the people that made you physically haven't been able to grow into the best version of themselves based on the generation before them, and the generation before them, and the generation before them. Now you can see why I'm tapping into generational trauma. It's nobody's fault except that it affects everybody. So what can you do right now to help somebody that perhaps in your family is experiencing this? Here's a few things that you can do. You can start to educate yourself around the importance of having conversations that allow people to express their emotions. You can start to have open conversations with people that are seen as elders and leaders within your family to try and understand why certain things are taught to you that perhaps won't serve you in the future. You can start to have open conversations with other people outside of your family unit so that maybe they can give you perspective on something that you weren't taught, and that's why you don't understand why you're feeling the way that you do. But please, 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 today, go and have a conversation with at least 3 people in or outside of your network to understand a little bit more about the topic of suicide and how mental health is ravaging through the population across the planet that we live on. That's it. That's what I'm asking of you today. And please reach out. You know, if someone's experiencing this and they're going through the emotional storm of wanting to end it all, please have them reach out to me or someone else just to have that conversation, to make sure that they know that their life matters. I'll see you in the next video.